Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Green Scrapping Machine. Today I'm going to be making a graduation card. I've had a couple of people request a graduation card and I don't know anybody graduating this year. But my mom is going out of town for a graduation party, so I told her that I'd make her a card, and it just happens to be for a set of twins, so I'm making them both the same card. And this is what the final project is going to look like. So let's go ahead and get started. First I'll go through the cuts that I made, just because I have it all ready to go. I used Locker Talk, and on page 48 I used the graduation cap as well as the little graduate certificate. The certificate I cut out at 2.5 inches and the cap I cut out at 2 inches. And to start out, what I did is I took a stamp that says Celebrate and my Versamark ink and some clear embossing powder, and I just randomly stamped it on a piece of red cardstock. Their school colors are red, black, and white. So I just used that Celebrate and I stamped it throughout the piece of red cardstock. This measures 5 1/4 by 4, so I'm making a basic A2 size card. So I have my base here, and I'll go ahead and score it. And I'm just using my Martha Stewart scoreboard quickly, scoring it at 4 1/4. So this measures 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. Alright, and then before I adhere this down, I'm going to take some black satin ribbon and I'm just going to put it right along the bottom. I'm going to put this one a little bit lower than I put the last one. I actually won't be having anybody that I know graduating for quite a while. My very first class that I ever taught will be freshmen this next year in high school. So that's a little bit scary. For me, it just tells me that I'm getting older. But that's okay. It's just a number, right? Alright, go ahead and adhere it down in the center. There we go. And then I have my little certificate. Now, this cut frustrated me, and it's probably because it was one of the first cuts or cartridges that they came out with. They didn't think of all the layers, but the ribbon, I couldn't figure out how to get the ribbon, because here's the picture like this, but the only cuts are blackout, shadow. The layer feature is just the part that says graduate and then the actual full certificate. So I couldn't figure out how to get the ribbon to cut. So what I had to do is just cut the basic certificate and cut the little ribbon off in order to lay it on top of the graduate part. Because they don't have, on the graduate part, they don't have a little part that curves up so that you could cut this out of yellow. It was frustrating me. But I finally figured it out. And then what I did for the graduate part is I just used this Zig calligraphy marker and I just went over the word. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down, and again this is cut out at 2.5 inches. And then I have my cap, and this is cut out at 2 inches. I'm just going to put that right down there. And this one I might even just put a bow right there. And I might add one to the other card as well. Don't want any sibling rivalry going on because their cards are different. Alright, so I'm just going to pop this up using some dimensional adhesive and put it right, move it up just a little bit more. There we go. And I'm just going to add some stickles right here on the top of the cap. And then in the center, right before the tassel. And then right in this, right along the actual tassel part, I'm just using crystal stickles. Just gonna go right along that. And then in the center of the ribbon, I'm just using some gold stickles just to add a little bit of extra sparkle to the card and to the certificate itself. There we go. I'll go ahead and add my bow. And that will be it for today's card. Pretty quick and simple. But that's the way I like to do it, especially when I'm making multiple cards. And this would be a really easy one to make multiples of for those of you who know a lot of people graduating this year. Just trim off the ends. And there you go. There is today's card. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Green Scrapper Machine, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye!